What's going on, guys? Cryptomindd here. Let's do some Bitcoin updates, and let's first of all start with tackling some misconceptions. I'm hearing a lot of talks about the bull run being cancelled because this bull run, just like this bull run and just like this bull run, is different because this and that and this and that. And guys, in my opinion, that's all bullshit. The only thing that changes in over time is the price going up, which over time just results in less ROI. For example, when Bitcoin does an X20 here, for example, it will not do an X20 this run. If it does an X40 here, it will not do an X40 here. It will just do an X20 or an X10 and so on and so on. That's the only thing that changes. Price is getting quote unquote more expensive over time. So ROIs are a little bit less. But there's something we have to talk about, guys, and that's, before I get into the real update, is the 4-year cycle. A 4-year cycle, guys, let me write this down. The 4-year cycle takes 4 fucking years. And this is what annoys me about this crypto space. Everybody knows that a bull run is coming and this and that and this and that. And we can actually already call this a bull run on its own, in a way of speaking. But most of the people are like, yeah, we need prices to explode right now. It takes too long, blah, blah, blah. But guess what, Jimmy boy? A 4-year cycle takes 4 fucking years. So it takes 4 fucking years to complete. We are now only midway or a little bit over midway from these 4 years. So we still have a little while to go for the full bull cycle to play out. For example, here, a lot of people, and this is actually very similar, this behavior to this behavior, because here we had a long time of consolidation, guys, a long time of same momentum around. Actually, to be precise, 1 year of this same fucking momentum. And we are now here, and we are now already at 184 days. And the truth being said, guys, we could still consolidate for a little bit longer. We could still consolidate till the end of the year. And then when 2025 comes, we eventually start to see more upside once again. But as if for now, guys, we are just consolidating. And matter of fact, the bearish candle, the bearish monthly candle, closed bearish. We closed under a key level here of, to be precise, 61k here, right here, this zone. We closed under it. So currently we do look bearish on higher time frame as well. What would make me more bullish is a claim back above 61k, obviously, and then we can scroll back to lower time frames and see where the crucial zones are. However, I'm not focused on lower time frames right now. Lower time frames doesn't really matter to me. I'm just looking to position myself in the market as good as possible, and that's about it. But guys, we have to talk about something that's upcoming, and that are the elections. Every 4 fucking years, just like the cycle, every 4 years a cycle, every 4 years an election, we have this event happening, and a lot of people do not pay attention to it. A lot of people do not think that elections have an importance. And overall, in the general perspective, they do not really have an importance, but they do signal something. How can I say this properly? They do signify something that is very interesting to see in the markets, but you'll see in a second what I'm talking about. I already made an Instagram post about this, but let me talk more in depth about it. So the upcoming elections are in November. Let me go to the weekly time frame though, to be as precise as possible for the things that I'm about to say. So the elections are normally in the first week of November 2024, so that should be here. And then we had elections in 2016, presidential elections as well in November. I assume that it's always the first week. So let's do here, November 2020. And then we had elections in November 2016, which is We could say the first week as well. Yeah, let's just do it here. It doesn't really matter. And then we had elections, obviously, in 2012, which as well happened in the first week of November. And there we go. Now, what we do next is we signify the tops. We point out where the tops of the bull run are. There's one here. And we put that one in yellow. Then we have one here. Then we have one right here. If I'm correct, it would be this one by the side. And then we do not have our current top yet of this current cycle. But this is where it gets interesting, guys. So this is before the elections. This is after the elections. Before the elections, after. Before, after. What we always can see, guys, is after the elections, the market is rising up. But what we can see as well before is that the market is struggling. It's going up, it's consolidating a little bit and seeing downside momentum. It's going up, it's going down again and starting to consolidate for a little while. But then the elections happen and we see upside momentum. Boom, 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 boom. Price going up and up and up and up. And suddenly 1 year later, well, a little bit more over a year, 378 days, we find our next top. Then, if we go to 2016 and we continue to the top of 2017, and if, yeah, they are placed correctly. There we go. We have 392 days, 392 days, 378 days. This is very close to each other. This is already forming a pattern, guys. This is already showing a pattern. And then, if we look from this period here to the next top, which was our last bull run top, 371 days. So guess what? 371 days, 392 days, 378 days. Going on an average, we could assume that this is around, this all counted together, divided by 3, should be something around 385 or whatever. So if we do 385, well, let's do 378 because 85, let me see. Yeah, let's even do 392 to do a little bit more. And then we signify this here again. Boom. So guys, as I already talked about countless times before, I already talked about this back in 2022. When we were in this period, I already unraveled this whole movement right here. And I already targeted the winter of 2025. And now again, with historical information that we can find on the charts, we can see here, boom, winter of 2013, interesting. Boom, winter of 2017, interesting. Boom, winter of 2021, very interesting. Guess what? A very high chance that we again top out in the winter of 2025. But yet, for some fucking stupid reason, a lot of people are thinking that we will top out in 2024 and that was the bull cycle, but most people do not know what the fuck they are talking about. The elections are nothing significant. I mean, movements after the elections is more significant than before the elections, because before it's just quite boring. As we can see here, before the elections, movement was boring as fuck. For the elections, movement was boring as fuck. And here the same, guys. Movement was just boring. And that is what we have right now as well, is just very boring momentum. But overall, they signify something very interesting, and this is a reoccurring target that I have every time that I look at the perspective of the bull cycle, where we could top out, if I'm missing something or not. We always come back out on the historical dates of the winter of 2025, 2021, 2017, and so on. There is a pattern there, guys. Nothing is assured. Obviously, this is not financial advice. But history often does repeat, not always in the same way, as you can see per bull market that every behavior is different, but it often rhymes. So the target of the winter of 2025 is a very realistic target, but most people are only thinking about this year and becoming rich as soon as possible to then eventually still lose their fucking money anyway. So guys, be aware of the 4-year cycle, that a 4-year cycle logically takes 4 fucking years and not 3 years, not 2 years and a half, not 6 years. It takes 4 years. That's why it's called a 4-year cycle. Get that in your mind. Get this information in your mind, because this is useful, guys. A lot of people talk about this. Not a lot of people keep on retargeting. They just come with the cycle and raffling like I already did in 2022. People are now late to the party. They now only unraffling a cycle right now. I already unraveled this whole fucking game years ago. Alright guys, take care.